We're going to start out sitting today to do a little warm-up breathing. Pick a starting position where you can sit on your sit bones. So that could be with knees bent or straight or crossed or lifted on something like a couple cushions, or even sitting in a chair would work. Take a second to assess your alignment, and you want to begin with the sit bones as your base, so your pelvis is vertical, and your rib cage and head stacked over your pelvis. Now reach your arms forward at chest height. As you breathe in, bend your elbows, allow your shoulder blades to come together, and lift your chest and chin to look at the ceiling. When you exhale, reach your arms forward and curl your upper body towards your legs. As you inhale, bend your elbows, lift your heart, look at the ceiling. Exhale, draw your abs in, spread your shoulder blades apart, look at your knees. As you inhale, imagine filling up with that air, breathing right into your chest. And when you exhale, compress your abs to help you blow the air out. One more time, inhale up, elbows pulling back, and then exhale, reach forward to flex over your legs. And then sit back up to where you started. Let's bring your hands up behind your head. Let your elbows come a little forward of your head like I have mine. When you breathe in, you're going to side bend to the right, and I want you to reach your left arm out straight to increase the stretch, and then exhale, come back up to the center. Let's alternate. Inhale as you reach to the side, and exhale back up. As you side bend, push down your opposite sit bone so that you have an anchor point, and then you can feel the stretch running up the whole side of your body. And lift. Let's do one more to each side. Reach, and back up, and then side bend over and lift. All right, from here, I'm going to have you lean back onto your forearms. We're going to work in the semi-reclined position to do a leg slide and a leg lift. I'm going to have you push away from the floor with your forearms. Keep staring forward so your gaze is a little bit above your knees. First, take an inhale breath, and I want you to slide one leg out straight on the mat. As you exhale, you're going to lift the leg towards the ceiling. Inhale to lower it, and then drag it back in. And we're going to switch legs every time. So you're going to inhale, glide it away. Now stabilize the pelvis, lift the leg, lower it down, and pull it back in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, up. Inhale, down. Pull back in. Now you've got the rhythm of the leg movement. Point the toe on the way up, flex it on the way down, drag it back in. And again, reach away. Lift pointed, flex down, and return. We've got 3 to go. Reach away. Up as you lower that leg, lift your chest, pull back in. Last one each side, reach it out. Lift up, push out through the heel, drag it in. One more time, reach, and lift, flex, pull it back in. Let's go down onto your back. Arms by your sides. We're going to do a bridge style lift and then roll down like a hip roll. When you exhale, squeeze your glutes and lift your hips up into a bridge to open the front of the joint. And then when you come down, we're going to lower one vertebra at a time, working through the ribs, then low back, then hips. And again, exhale, lift the hips straight up, feel a little stretch in your quads, and then inhale into your back as you roll down. Give a little pressure into your arms as you're lifting your hips, and inhale as you roll back down 2 more times. Exhale up, and then inhale, wave back down. One more. Exhale, lift to bridge, and then roll back down. Now take one leg up to tabletop. You're going to bridge up and down 3 times on one leg. As you exhale, lift up and focus on keeping the pelvis level. Inhale as you come back down. And again, exhale, lift to your bridge, and inhale, return. Exhale, up, and inhale, down. Now you're going to stay up on this one, and let's go through a bend and stretch. Reach your leg out straight on your next exhale breath. Inhale, back in. Let's move your ankle again. Point your toe, flex the foot as you bend, just so we're getting more joints going. And in 2 more times. Reach out, point, in, flex. Last one, reach, and in. Take those hips back down. All right, let's lower that foot. Switch to your other leg. All right, so make sure when you put down that second foot, you still want to keep it close to your body. Let's go straight up and down. Exhale breath, lift your hips. Inhale as you return. Lift on your exhale. And when you come down, I try to land right on the sacrum, so I'm trying to feel for evenness in the 2 SI joints. Exhale up, and inhale down. Now you're staying up on this one. So let's get to your lift. At your next exhale, reach your leg out straight, point your toes. Flex your foot, bend your knee. And again, reach away and point. Flex and bend. Keep pushing that hip up. Drag it in. You've got 2 more times. Reach out and return. Last one. Exhale away. Come on back in. Take your hips back down. All right, put that foot down. Just do a little wiggle of your legs. Arms out to the side with your palms up. Now rock into an imprint. So we're going to take a very slight pelvic tilt so your low back feels a little flatter and you can feel more contraction through your oblique abdominal muscles. Then lift up one leg and then the other into tabletop position. We're going to begin with a small rotation of your hips. On your next exhale breath, drop your knees to the right. And I want you to keep heavy on the left arm, left shoulder blade to resist the twist. Stay there for a breath in. And then when you exhale, rotate across to the other side. Let your knees fall to the left and anchor down your right shoulder. Stay there for a breath in. Exhale, draw your abs in a little deeper. Rotate across, dropping your knees towards the right side. Hold there, take another breath in, and then exhale all the way across, dropping your knees towards the left side. Hold here for a breath in, and then just come back to center. We're going to add another step. Now you're going to exhale, drop your knees to the right. When you breathe in, we're going to straighten both knees. The crossed one's going to kick towards the ceiling, the other one's going to go towards the wall. You're going to bend both knees in a tabletop and bring them back to the center. So it's going to be an exhale, drop your legs over. Inhale, we kick out to a scissor. Bend your knees to tabletop and bring it back up. So we'll do 2 more sets to each side. Exhale, drop your legs over. Inhale, scissor kick out. Exhale, bend your knees, and then pull back up to the middle. Drop it to the left. Kick your legs away. Bend both knees, and pull back up. 1 more to each side. Drop to the right. Inhale, kick out. Exhale, bend your knees, and pull back up to the center. Drop it to the left. Exhale to reach. Inhale, bend, and then back up to the center. And you can release 1 foot down and then the other. All right, let's keep working with your feet on the floor. Take your hands behind your head with your elbows angled forward. Going into the ab prep next. On your next exhale, nod the chin, curl up your head and shoulders so you're looking at your knees, and then inhale as you lower back down. And again, flexing forward as you exhale, and inhale as you return. Exhale to lift. Inhale, lower. You're going to do 2 more times. Flex forward. Lower down. Let's stay up on this one, and we'll do a set of pulses. Let's make it 6 pulses. Rock back by just a rib or 2, and lift. Back and up. 3, and lift. 4, 5, 6, and all the way back down. All right, next set. Oblique rotations. When you exhale, as you curl up your head and shoulder, we're going to reach 1 arm across to do a chop and then lower back down till you're flat. Now other side, exhale, chop across. Inhale, lower. The chopping motion's great with your oblique work because it gives you a direction of where you're aiming your gaze. And that encourages your neck to rotate and flex to follow the movement. Let's go for 4 and down. 3, 2, and 1. Now you're coming back up in the center. We're going to do another set of pulses. Exhale, flex forward, and then rock it back for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way down. All right, we're going to do another set of those obliques. We're going to add a march with your legs. As you exhale, we're going to flex up, rotate, chop, and march. Inhale, back down. Let's keep switching. Exhale across. Inhale, lower. All right, so you got a lot of moving parts now. Tune into your pelvis. That's a region we want to minimize moving, right? So legs moving in the hip joint, your upper torso's flexing, and we're trying to keep your pubic bone heavy so your low back stays neutral rather than overly flexing. 1 more to each side. Exhale, chop and drop. Last one. Across and down. Leave both legs down. 1 more set of 6 pulses. Flex forward, gaze at the legs. rock back, and we lift 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then all the way back down. All right, flip over onto your stomach. Let's come into a W shape with your arms. Legs are going to be parallel, together or slightly separated. Begin by isolating your upper back coming into extension. I want you to take an inhale breath, elongate the back of your body, start to push away from the floor, giving a little pressure into your forearms as you lift. Now you're going to stop when there's one rib left on the mat, and then you're going to come back down, sequencing through each rib, then your neck and head. So let's keep it on 2 breaths. You're going to inhale, lift your head and chest, draw your shoulder blades back, and then exhale, draw your abs in, lower back down to your flat. And again, breathe into your chest. Let your gaze lift off the end of the mat, and then exhale to sink back down. Push up one more time. Use this as your new starting position, and let's go to superhero with long arms overhead. On your exhale, lower back down to your hover. Reach the arms out. So you're going to increase the load your abs have to hold there. Inhale, bend your elbows, catch yourself, lift back up. And again, exhale, draw your abs in, reach out to that long, low line. Inhale, lift up, open your collarbones wide. Exhale, dive it down low, reaching overhead. Inhale, back up. Let's go into a full breaststroke now. As you exhale, lower to your superhero, take your arms overhead. Now inhale, circle your arms to your hips and lift your head and chest. Exhale, dive down into your hover, reach your arms through. Inhale, circle, float it back up. Exhale, dive it down low, reach through the arms. Pretend you're pushing water back, lift your chest 3 more times. Exhale, dive down. And circle and lift. 2 to go. Exhale, dive and reach. Inhale, around and up. Last one. Dive down and circle and lift. Let's come all the way back down. And from here, sit back onto your heels into a shell stretch. Now let's stay here. Take a breath in. Try to focus the air into the back and the sides of your ribs. Hold your pose for an exhale, pulling your abs in just a little deeper, keeping that flexed position. Take one more breath in to stay. When you exhale, you can roll up into a sitting position. Let's come into a tall kneel. We're going to go into spine twist from here, alternate rotating 3 pulses to each side. Reach your arms out and then bring your hands forward just enough to get them into your peripheral vision. Take an inhale before you start moving. On the exhale, rotate to the side, pulsing for 3, little taller than 2, taller than 1, and a big inhale back to center. Other side, twisting 3, deeper for 2, and further for 1. Inhale to the middle. Wring yourself out, get bigger, then squeeze, and bigger and squeeze. Inhale back to center, and rotate and reach. Look towards that back hand so we get the neck and head twisting. Back to the center, 1 more each side. Exhale to rotate, deeper for 2, and further for 3. Big inhale to center, and last time for 3, deeper for 2, and further for 1. Back to the center. Arms hanging down by your sides. Now, I want you to sit halfway back towards your heels, hinge forward at your hips so you look like a kneeling squat, and then rise back up, swinging your arms down. So we're going to go for that half squat up to tall kneel. Dropping down and lift, down and lift. Last 2 and 1. Great. Now, work in the back of your arms. I want you to start to pulse your arms back like we do when we're doing the 100. But now the arms are really just moving fast as a distraction to make it more challenging to stabilize your torso. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to your squat. Drop it down and then back up. All right, so you're familiar with that speed. You're familiar with those bounces, even though it looked really different than the 100. We're going to do a second set, alternating your arms, reaching them overhead, which will remind you more of swimming. Let's do 3 more squats. And up, 2, and lift. Last 1, stay tall. Take your arms overhead. Now, work to resist rotation. You're going to inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep alternating those pulses. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now slide those ribs down. And wide breath into your back. And lift your pelvic floor. Last 10. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Circle those arms back down, roll your shoulders a little bit. All right, we're gonna go down onto your hands and knees. And I want you to sit back almost all the way to your heels, but we're gonna try to tip your sit bones up and let your chest drop so you feel a bit of extension through your upper body. We're gonna do a shifting cat stretch that turns into a swan. When you exhale, you're going to tuck your tailbone under, start to round your back up to the ceiling and shift forward towards your hands. Now push your hips down, lift your chest up, and lift your gaze so you're looking towards the ceiling. Drop your head, round your spine, shifting your weight back towards your feet. Now stick out your tailbone, drop your chest, lift your chin. As you exhale, tuck your tail under, flex the spine, and shift forward. Inhale, push your hips down, lift your heart up, lift your chin. Exhale, drop your chin, round your spine, shift your weight back. Stick out your tail, drop your chest, lift your chin. 2 more times. Exhale, flex the spine and shift forward. Good. Open the front of your hips, push up away from the floor to get that extension. That's what we want to strengthen at this end. Drop your chin, round your spine, keep tucking your tail under, get that flexion. Then stick out your tail, drop your chest, lift your chin. Last one. Exhale, round the spine and shift forward. Hips go down, heart goes up. Then head goes down, round your spine, shift it all the way back. Stick out your tailbone. Okay, let's go back to like normal quadruped. Toes curled underneath. And we're going to play around a little bit with your plank. But first, I want to make sure you can stand up from here out of a plank. So you're going to walk your hands in towards your knees, shift your weight onto your feet, come up to stand. Let's go back down, hands to the ground, and I want you to crawl out with your hands to go back to knee down. Now, once we're down here, knees go up, we're going to walk out, 2, 3, 4, walk back in, 2, 3, 4. You're going to shift your weight onto your feet and come back up. So we'll always have that knee down at the bottom. Okay, lower yourself down, hands to the floor, shift forward to your knees, make your space, back to your knee hover, walk out 4, 3, 2, 1, back in. So I'm going towards a plank, but not quite getting there. I'm going to walk the weight back, shift to the feet, stand back up. One more time like that. Take it down to the ground, get it. Just walk out, take your knee down, pause. All right, so give yourself space, come up. We walk out 4, 3, 2, 1, in, 2, 3, 4, shift to your feet. Come on, back up again. All right, just shake out your legs. While we're upright, let's do a little balance work and just take advantage of this time. All right, so we're going to go into a side lunge. I want you to start with your arms out to your side, available to use for some balance support. You're going to take your side lunge. I want you to open your arms like wings and allow for some give in your chest. And we're going to come up in balance and drop back down. All right, so that's your range. Let's get your arms swinging forward and then out to the sides. Swinging forward. And that way you've got some movement in a different plane of motion than what we're doing with the weight shift. And that'll challenge your balance a little more. One more time on this side, lifting and then down. Let's try the same thing to the other side. So first, just get oriented with the arms out. So just getting that drop and up. Okay, and if you can handle the extra movement, we'll stay wide here and lift. Open and up. And let's go for 4. Lifted chest, 3. Keep working that hinge forward, 2. And 1. And up. All right. Switching legs again. Now, arms out to the side, and you're going to take a march. You're going to take a march. Reach those arms forward and up, stepping back. Arms go wide to march, back to fencer's lunge. I also always will start standing on my worst ankle. What does that say about me? And you've got 4 more of these. And 3, sorry to groan when I'm going through my personal struggles. I'm here for you, I swear. 1 more. and then back down. All right, switch legs. All right, so you're in your march. Arms are out to the side. Look at me, look at me. Lunging down, arms reach up, and then march and open. Lunge back and lift. Make sure you're hinging forward with your upper body. When you're in that lunge, you want to push your hips down and then march. 5, 4, 3. Good, just one more time, finishing in that lunge again. All right, let's head back down onto the mat. All right, so you're going to start sitting in a mermaid position. Sorry to cough. If you are uncomfortable sitting like this is another place you could grab a cushion. Just stick it under this side hip, and with your hips up a little higher, it'll take pressure out of your knee. On that note, place one hand on your front knee. Other arm's going to go out to the side. When you breathe in, I want you to rotate away from that anchor arm, and you're going to lift your chest and chin to start an extension. When you exhale, twist towards that knee and bow your head down. Inhale, rise back up, lifting your chest. When you curl forward, pull your belly button in as you drop your head. Then breathe into your chest so that force lifts you, and exhale, curl back down. Now I'm also pushing away a little bit into the knee. I'm sliding my hand over and pulling towards it to round forward. Inhale up, one more time like that. Exhale, round forward, and then finish back up. All right, now we're going to rotate side to side a few times before we do the other side. So you can lean back a little bit into your hands. We're going to flip both knees up, turn to the other side, and you're going to go back and forth. So you can do it like that with support, leaning back your torso to get out of your way. But if you're familiar with this exercise and you want to make it more challenging, try to build up the strength to be able to rotate side to side without holding on. Next time you're going the other way, let's stay here and set up to do the side. So I'm going to stay facing away from you just in case there's anything useful to see from the back side. You're going to put your hand on the front knee, take your other arm out wide. Now take a breath in, rotate and lift your chest. As you exhale, turn towards your front knee and bow your head down. On your breath in, rotate away, lift from your heart. Exhale, flex and curl forward. And then inhale, lift the chest, look at the hand. Exhale, rotate and round. And inhale back up 2 more times. Give a little pressure into that knee. Lift from your heart and expand. Last one. Exhale, flex. And inhale, back up. All right, we're going to go back to side. I'm going to add another step, optional if you want to do it. So do your turn, however you're doing it. And if you can, we're going to try to lift up on your knees, sit back down, rotate to the other side, and lift up. Now that definitely still works with the hand hold at the bottom. I can still lean back. That's going to help you push forward. And if this is beyond the comfort of your knees and your hips, just keep doing the rotation side to side. If you see I'm doing just different variations on separate amounts of help, I can add to this. Do-do-do, and just one more to the other side. And coming up, and then finish sitting back down. Okay, let's get both of your legs forward. All right, let's go into a neck pull prep. So I'm going to have you still work with your knees bent, but a shallow bend to your knees, sitting up straight with your hands behind your head. From here, take a breath in and try to sit up as tall as you can. When you exhale, you're going to roll back your hips, coming into a half round back shape. Now stay there, practice breathing into your back to build your endurance. When you exhale, you're going to curl forward over your knees. And then when you inhale, sit up straight. And again, exhale, half roll back. Breathe in, set the top of the shoulders heavy on the ribs. Now use your breath to increase your flexion, diving over your knees. And inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, roll down. Breathe in, take an expansive breath to the ribs. Exhale, curl forward over your legs. Inhale up nice and tall. You've got 2 to go. Roll down. Breath in to stay. And then exhale, dive forward. Inhale up tall. Last one. Pull those abs and roll down. Inhale, breath, stay there. Now flex forward over your legs and then sit up tall again. Let's reach both arms at chest height, right into obliques roll back. Start to roll back your pelvis again. This time you're going to sweep one arm down and back to rotate. As you inhale, turn to the front while you're sitting back up to vertical. Roll back, rotate. Make sure you're looking back towards that back hand and inhale back up to the top. When you're curling back, make sure it's both sides of the pelvis going. The twist is really coming from here, and then inhale up and roll down. Keep squeezing your glutes, tucking up your pubic bone. Inhale to lift 4 more times. Exhale, roll and reach. And inhale up and roll back and lift. Last 2. Exhale. Inhale up and 1 more time. Roll back, twist, and lift. Roll yourself all the way down. You can hold onto your thighs and lay down on your back. Next, we're going to do an exercise called coordination. I want you to practice the choreography. We usually do it on the reformer with resistance, but there's a lot of listening to do. So this gives you a place to work on it without me laughing at you. All right, start with your elbows bent in by your sides. Rock into imprinted position where your low back's a little flatter, and then lift your legs up one at a time to tabletop. Now leave your elbows bent. Imagine you had straps in your hands. And I want you to curl up your head and shoulders into a crunch. When you breathe in, you're going to straighten your arms and legs so you look like you're about to do the 100. Then when you exhale, you're going to open and close your legs. As you inhale, bring your knees back into tabletop. When you exhale, bend your elbows and use your breath to keep the flexion with your upper body. Now inhale, reach your arms and legs out straight. Exhale, open, close your legs. Inhale, tuck your knees to tabletop. Exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, reach out your arms and legs. Exhale, open, close. Inhale, tuck those knees in. Exhale, bend your elbows. Twice more. Inhale, reach out arms and legs. Exhale, open, close. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, bend your elbows. One more. Reach out the arms and legs. Open, close. Stay right at your knees, tuck them in, then bend your elbows. Drop your head, draw your knees into your chest. So we didn't do the 100 today, but keeping your upper body flexed for that long in coordination is as long as a set of the 100. All right, grab onto the back of one thigh, roll yourself up to sitting. Let's turn sideways again. Now we're going to work in a double stack with your legs. We're going to go into a side bend. I want your hand even with your knees, fingertips spread out. The initiation of this motion, I want you to practice pulling down your shoulder and helping with that, helping the ribs shift over to start the side bend. So let's take an exhale, drop it, shift it, lift your hips up and keep squeezing your inner thighs. All right, so this is the shape we're working towards, and then you're going to come back down. Let's do that 5 times. So exhale, shoulder blade drops, ribs shift. We lift up and over and the head falls, and then lower back down. When your hips rise up, they should feel like they're traveling forward as well as that side bend you're making. And lower back down, and exhale up and over. Let's do alternate ending here. Let's go into the side bend again. We're going to stay up longer. Okay, I want you to turn it into a side plank. I want you to extend your top leg. And now you're going to hold this side plank and we're going to lift and lower. We're going to do this 5 times. 4, hold it up on the 5th. Okay, forward kick, flexed foot, and you're going to bring your arm in line with your ear. Swing back, take your arm out to the sides, kind of look like star. Take your arm by your ear, you're going to bend your knee, kick it back behind it, look down at your bottom leg, and reach back out to the side. Forward kick, flexed foot, arm by ear. Back out to star. Now kick behind you, bent knee. You're going to look down at that bottom hand and back out to the side. One more time. Kick forward, arms by ear. Back out, pose your star. Rotate, kick back, and back out to the side. All right, we're going to take it back down. All right, I'm going to turn around to the other side. I'm going to face away from you again. Just that way. I know you don't really need to see the side bend, but maybe that kick will be useful. Okay, so fingertips spread out. Maybe I should have thought of that on the first side. Let's not judge. Okay, drop your working shoulder. You can watch that again. Just get that little rib wiggle. So you're going to pull that down, lift your hips, Go ahead into that side bend and then sit back down. And again, up and over. My nose is so stuffy. I'm sure you could tell that. And then back down. I don't really notice it a lot till I go and I flip my head back and forth like this. It's the mold, people. It's the mold. 2 more times, which I'm now calling like hurricane mold. Every time we get a hurricane warning, I feel like I can smell mold everywhere. All right, we're going up to stay this time. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Side plank it. All right, leg goes out. All right, so first that leg lift. So we just go up and down 5 times, focusing on keeping the leg parallel and in line with you as it lifts. Holding it up on this last one. Now, flex your foot, kick forward, arm goes by your ear. We reach out, you pose your star. Now you're going to bend your knee, kick it back in attitude, and then back out to the star shape. Kick forward, flexed foot, reach back out to star, bend the knee, extend your hip, and then back out to star. One more time. Forward kick. Push away from the floor, pause there. Now look down at that bottom hand, reach, and then back out. Come on, back down. All right. Finishing where you started, kind of. Legs out in front of you. Now totally straight or slightly bent at the knee. Let's do a spine stretch forward. Take an inhale breath. Sit up nice and tall. Drop your chin. Curl forward, rounding over your legs. Stay flexed for a breath in. And then roll back up as you exhale. Circle your arms to the back. Lift your chest and chin and look up at the ceiling. Then come back to neutral. Replace the hands. Drop your chin, curl forward, reach over your legs. Hold here for a breath in. Exhale, roll back up to the top. Inhale, arms around to the back. Pull those shoulders back, lift your chest and chin. Then come back to neutral last time. Hands to your legs, flex forward, slide the hands down. Hold here for a breath in. Roll back up to vertical. Hands around to the back, lift your heart one more time. And then return. Dun-dun-dun. Done. Have a great day.